Hey baseball fans and fellow MLB obsessives, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a major league-shaking story that's gripping the sport, stirring debates across social media, and raising huge questions about integrity, trust, and what fans expect from the game they love. We're talking about a federal investigation involving two Cleveland Guardians pitchers, a situation that's put both of them on unpaid leave and has the entire baseball world buzzing. But that's not all. While this investigation unfolds, there's a ton of other MLB news, rumors, and storylines developing in the 2026 season, from trade buzz, contract negotiations, rising rookies, to rule changes and playoff implications. So if you want the full picture today, not just the headlines, you're in the right place. Sit back, grab your glove or your favorite jersey, and let's dive into the biggest baseball stories right now. All right. Let's jump right into the most talked about issue in the league today. In March 2026, Major League Baseball announced that two Cleveland Guardians pitchers have been placed on unpaid leave while the league conducts an internal review connected to an ongoing federal legal investigation. These players have both pleaded not guilty to the allegations, and their trial schedule is still pending. So there's a lot we don't know yet. But what we do know has already sparked massive debate among fans, analysts, and within baseball operations offices across the league. What's happening? The basic outline is this. A federal investigation alleges that both players were involved in accepting bribes tied to influencing the outcome of pitches. MLB has responded by placing them on unpaid administrative leave, which is standard protocol when a player's conduct is under investigation. Both players have publicly entered not guilty pleas, and their legal defenses are being prepared while we await the next steps in the judicial process. Now, even before we get into what this could mean, I want to stress one thing. In the United States legal system, a person is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Even when charges are serious, the courtroom, not the court of public opinion, determines guilt. That said, the impact on baseball and fan perception happens in real time, and that's where things get complicated. Putting these players on unpaid leave affects the Guards' bullpen depth right as the season is approaching. That's a competitive impact. The team culture, locker room dynamics, and how coaches adjust game plans. The league's reputation, especially since MLB has worked hard in recent years to promote fairness and integrity after past controversies like sign-stealing scandals. MLB commissioner statements have emphasized that the league takes any allegation involving competitive manipulation extremely seriously. They're cooperating with law enforcement while conducting their own review. Administrative leave is not punishment. It's a temporary roster and pay status while facts are examined. This helps MLB stay compliant with collective bargaining agreements and due process, but fans want answers. And understandably so. This isn't something most of us expected to hear entering 2026. The reactions have ranged from, "This is a dark moment for baseball. Wait for all the facts before jumping to conclusions." True, this is bigger than any trade deadline shocker. On Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and every baseball forum, you'll see vigorous debate, and that tells us how deeply invested people are in the purity of competition. Some fans are calling for transparency from MLB. Others are defending the players' rights to privacy and a fair trial. While this is an individual matter legally, it becomes a team challenge competitively. The bullpen loses two contributors at a time when pitching reliability is critical. Opposing teams smell opportunity, especially in tight divisional battles. Strategies shift, whether through trades, internal roster adjustments, or calling up prospects. And that leads us directly into some of the rumors and roster moves we're watching this season. Baseball never sleeps, and while the investigation unfolds, trade chatter and storylines across the league are heating up. Let's break down some of the biggest MLB rumors right now. Braves and Yankees trade buzz. First up, rumor mill action around the Atlanta Braves and New York Yankees. Now listen. This one has been circulating heavily in rumor-monger circles and fan speculation threads. Atlanta has been linked to a shortstop from the Yankees, a move aimed at bolstering their infield and adding depth as they push for another deep postseason run. Reports vary on specifics, Some suggest Atlanta could move pitching pieces in exchange. Others hint at financial flexibility with contracts changing hands. Why this matters? The Braves are always in win-now mode. The Yankees could benefit from resetting contracts or reshaping their young core. A trade like this could ripple through the standings and playoff races. And with rumors like this, remember, some are based on insider whispers, others on analytics fits, but not every rumor becomes reality. Next, a story with a slightly different flavor. The Pittsburgh Pirates, traditionally not a wide-open spender, are reportedly pushing toward a massive contract in the ballpark of $110 million for a rising young player who's emerging as a cornerstone talent. This type of investment signals something bigger. It means the Pirates believe they can contend sooner than expected. They're willing to pay premium dollars for long-term production. Other teams might take notice and shift strategies accordingly. Contract rumors like this often precede official announcements, and fans love projecting how this affects payroll flexibility, future trades, and free agent markets. It wouldn't be a comprehensive MLB update without talking rookies and breakout stars. In 2026, a few players have gone from prospect watch list to must-see TV, and analysts are scrambling to figure out who's ready for Rookie of the Year contention, mid-season All-Star recognition, long-term contract extensions. Players who were once projected to be trade chips are now untouchable in team discussions, which reshapes front office thinking entirely. Teams like the Mets, Cardinals, and Padres. Anything involving their young stars draws fan attention, media questioning, and strategic debate. Another big subplot this season? Rule experiments and officiating tweaks. Across spring training and early regular season play, several adjustments are being tested or refined, including automated strike zone technology, pitch clock enforcement tweaks, new interpretations of box and pickoff rules. These aren't just boring footnotes. They affect hitter-pitcher dynamics, game pace, scoring trends, managerial strategies. Players have been candid in interviews. Some love the tempo. Others lament how it changes rhythm. Fans are split too, with traditionalists on one side and sabermetric-leaning supporters on the other. This rule evolution is a story all its own, and it's shaping how teams build their rosters and train players from spring onwards. Now let's zoom out for a moment and talk about the broader implications of all this. Baseball thrives on trust, not just in the players, but in the game's fairness, balance, and legitimacy. This isn't the first time the 1919
MLB
Black Sox
has
scandal
faced questions
baseball's
about
old
integrity.
ghost that still gets cited whenever a major controversy erupts. The more recent sign-stealing scandals, which prompted rule changes, suspensions, and widespread debate. Gambling issues across sports that prompted stricter league policies. When allegations touch competitive outcomes, fans react emotionally because the game is more than a product. It's part of our cultural fabric, our summers, and our identities. MLB has made integrity a priority in recent years. Partnerships with integrity monitoring agencies, strict policies on gambling and player conduct, swift reactions to rule violations. But when federal investigations enter the picture, public trust is tested in a different way. Because now it's not just a league matter, it becomes a legal and criminal investigation with potential consequences off the field. Fans care about whether the game was actually compromised, how the league responds professionally and transparently, whether similar situations could happen again, what measures will prevent future issues. And right now, we're in that limbo moment, too early for conclusions but too big to ignore. Let's talk about how people are reacting, because in the era of social platforms, every headline becomes a talking point. Social media buzz. On Twitter, some fans are calling for immediate answers and transparency. Others argue we shouldn't convict players in the press. Analysts are dissecting how this affects projections and the rest of the season. On Reddit, YouTube comments, and forums, debates are intense, especially in Guardians fan communities. Some users are linking this situation to broader issues of integrity in sports. Others are wondering how this reshapes the playoff picture. Major sports broadcasters and MLB analysts have weighed in. Many emphasize due process, a reminder that investigation is not equal to verdict. Others frame this as a test for baseball integrity. Statisticians and sabermetric voices are modeling what this means for teams. This is important. Fans are not monolithic. Some believe the situation could be career-altering for the players. Others say, let the legal system run its course. Still others are skeptical of overreaction, headlines from sports media. This diversity of opinion fuels conversation, and that's part of why baseball remains a cultural focal point. So what's the timeline? Here's what we can reasonably expect. Legal proceedings to continue, including court appearances, pre-trial motions, and potential schedules for trial. MLB internal review to progress, which may overlap with legal steps but is separate. Guards roster decisions. As the season develops, the organization will adjust to performance and availability. Fan, media, and league scrutiny. Future developments will continue to dominate talk shows and baseball coverage. Until then, we're essentially in a waiting period on both legal and baseball fronts, but that doesn't mean storylines pause. Other news, rumors, and competitive action continue. Baseball is more than stats and standings. It's a story, a drama, a community. And in moments like this, we all feel the stakes more deeply. So what do you think? Backhand index pointing down, drop a comment below. Are you shocked by this development? Do you think MLB is handling it properly? Which trade rumor do you think will actually happen? Your thoughts matter, and I'll be reading and replying. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future updates. We've got plenty more baseball coverage, rumors, and insider analysis coming your way.